Hello guys, how are we all doing? Welcome back to Premier League predictions for another set of Premier League fixtures. Sophie, there's only 3 games of the season to go. It's nearly over.
Yeah, and for some teams it's 3 massive games.
3 cup finals, yeah. It's another massive week of Premier League predictions, guys. Make sure, as always, to share your predictions down in the comments. Make sure to support this video by dropping a like. We'll go for 2,200 on this one. It's a big ask, but with your brilliant support, I'm sure we can do it. Click the thumbs up button, make sure to click the subscribe button, and make sure to get your predictions down below. The scores from last week, Sophie.
Go on, tell us the scores.
You absolutely battered me.
Yeah.
I was absolutely destroyed. 12-4. You got so many bang on as well. I mean, Tottenham 2, Arsenal 3, West Ham 2, Liverpool 2. Just a couple of the games you got spot on. Incredible.
Yeah, it was a good week, to be honest. I had to let you know. After my little breakaway, came back refreshed, ready to absolutely beat you.
Yeah, and the overall score as well. I'm 18 points behind. I'm getting destroyed. It's embarrassing. Let's get into the predictions, Sophie. Let's start at Stamford Bridge, where Chelsea take on Tottenham. Wow, this is a great game, and it's on the Thursday night, so make sure to get your predictions in quickly. Oh, I don't know, Sophie. 2 teams that blow very hot and cold.
Yeah.
On the whole, Tottenham have had a better season. They're higher in the table, but there does seem to be some improving signs at Chelsea, but it's improving like this, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, it's getting better, but it dips again, and then it dips again.
Yeah.
It was a good fight back against Aston Villa last week, and they nearly got the win, of course, but it was disallowed. As for Spurs, they went 3-0 down to Arsenal, but they got back into it, but they still lost. I think although they showed a spirited fight back, that is the risk with Ange football.
Yes.
They were just very
open.
Very open, yeah. So I think this game will be open. I'm going to go for the home team. Chelsea 2, Tottenham 1.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to back a draw for this one. I can see why you've lent towards Chelsea. I think either team on their day could win this one, but right now I probably would lean more towards Chelsea. However, there were some promising signs with Spurs against Arsenal in that second half. And I think if that team turns up, they'll either pull it back to 2-2 or they'll go 2-0 up and Chelsea will bring it back to 2-2, because I see the game ending a Desmond.
Yeah, well, that would be a great game.
Yeah.
It is usually quite feisty between Chelsea and Tottenham, and I always think back to that game that handed Leicester City the title. I think that was 2-2. On to the next one, Soph. Let's go to a very nervy Kenilworth Road. Luton Town host Everton, Sophie, and Luton need some results. It's a very fascinating relegation battle at the moment, because Luton Town keep losing, but they're not losing any ground on Forest because Forest keep losing. The team in the best form in the bottom 4 are Burnley. But we must say, Sophie, a massive congratulations to Everton, who are now mathematically safe.
Yeah, I did think they'd be safe. They always seem to just do it.
Yeah, but they've done it earlier in the schedule this time. They usually take it to the final day. So well done, Everton, for not giving your fans a heart attack this season. They've been brilliant. Their form is fantastic, and they come here, you know, probably thinking we can get another win. It's just about weighing up what's more important to you, Sophie. Everton in better form, Luton Town need the result more.
I know.
Luton have already beat Everton twice this season. They beat them at Goodison Park in the league and at Goodison Park in the cup. Do you know what? Just for the sake of chaos, I'm going to back Luton. Luton 2, Everton 1. Please don't let me down this time, because I've backed Luton quite a lot, but they don't get any points.
Yeah.
I'm going to back them to win this one.
Okay, I don't think I can back them to win. Equally, I feel harsh not leaning towards Everton, because I'm actually going to sit on the fence and say a draw. I'm going to say 1-1, which wouldn't be the end of the world for Luton, but it doesn't really mean much to Everton right now.
Yeah, it all depends on what Forest do away at Sheffield United, but it is a winnable game for them, so Luton probably need to go and get a win this week. On to the next one, Sophie. Let's go to the Emirates, where it is Arsenal versus AFC Bournemouth. Let's start with Arsenal, Soph. Great win against Spurs, and they just keep going. Obviously, as we keep saying, it's not in their hands, but as long as they can keep winning and applying the pressure to Manchester City, then that's the best they can do. But I just have this horrible feeling that Man City will just keep winning and Arsenal will come up about 2 points short. And that's not that I'm Arsenal fan or a Man City hater, but I just want to see someone different win the Premier League for a change. But they take on Bournemouth, Sophie. This won't be straightforward.
No.
Bournemouth are on a bit of a good run at the moment.
Yeah.
They did start 2024 quite poorly, but they've picked it up quite a lot, and I think they've broken their points tally record.
Yeah, I saw them put that out on Twitter the other day, saying I think 48 points is their record. So.
Yeah, I saw a couple of people like try and laugh at them, but no, they're a club that have only been in the Premier League in the last 10 years or so, well done to them. I reckon they'll score, but Arsenal have got to get the win here. Arsenal 3-1.
I was tempted to say 3-1 as well, but with Arsenal against Spurs, they left themselves quite open, and they're actually inviting the pressure and inviting Spurs to score. And at the moment, the form that Bournemouth are in, I think they're capable of putting a couple past to Arsenal, who are very good defensively usually, but I think it's going to be another 3-2.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think there could be a few goals in this.
Do you remember this game last season when Arsenal had to win, and I think it was 3-2, but they left it to the last minute and they snatched it, and it was absolute limbs at the Emirates. So that was a crazy game. On to the next one, Soph. It's a West London derby. It's Brentford versus Fulham. I'm going to go for a draw. I'm going to go 1-1. I just don't know. I mean, Brentford have definitely not been as good as their usual selves this season. It was a defeat to Everton last week, but I think that 5-1 win over Luton is what's kept them from being sucked into any more danger. So fair play to them. As for Fulham, Sophie, it was a draw last time out against Palace, wasn't it? Yeah, I think a draw's a fair prediction here. Two decent teams. I think I could see either one of them pinching it, so I'll go down the middle.
Yeah, I was very tempted to say a draw as well, but I will pick a winner. I think Fulham are going to turn up for this one. Not sure why, but I'm just going to back a Fulham 2-1 win.
Well, I suppose they've been the better team out of these two this season.
They have overall this season, and they got a draw against Palace, who Palace have been playing very well at the moment. So, no, honestly, I don't know why you're laughing. They have been playing well at the moment, and a draw against them is a good result. So I think they're going to back it up with the win here.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, right, on to the next one, Soph. This is massive. We're going to Turf Moor. It's Burnley versus Newcastle United. Burnley are the form team in the bottom four.
Yeah.
They got a draw at Man United, which you predicted. Is there still a way out for them?
I think there could be.
There could be.
There could be. I'm not going to go any deeper than that, but I'll say there could be.
Yeah. Now, when we spoke about the Premier League relegation battle in a video we did 2 days ago, we looked at the fixtures for the next coming games. Now, Forest play Burnley on the final day, which will be massive if there's no more than 2 points between them. But in the next 2 games, Forest have some more winnable fixtures. So if they can open up the gap over Burnley, then Burnley are going to be screwed. Burnley need to win this game as far as I'm concerned. And it's one of them where it might be possible. Newcastle blow hot and cold.
Okay.
A very good win last week against Sheffield United. I think that's 13-1 on aggregate against them.
I was so close as well. I said 4-1 and they just decided to score another.
Yeah. I could see Burnley do it, but I'm going to go Newcastle. I'm so sorry, Burnley fans. I'd love to see you guys get a result to just cause some more chaos, but I think Newcastle might just get out of here with their quality with a win. Burnley 1, Geordies 2.
Yeah, if you look at the table, you'd be like, this would be an easy Newcastle win, but it's about form right now, and Burnley have a lot to fight for. And you know what? I can see them getting a draw. A few goals, but a 2-2. A Desmond. Yeah.
It might still be a decent result, but I just think because they've got Tottenham away next week, they need to win one of them.
Really, yeah.
We'll see. We'll see if Nottingham Forest slip up, and that's who we're going to be looking at next, Sophie, as we go to Bramall Lane. It's relegated Sheffield United versus Nottingham Forest. Commiserations to Sheffield United, Sophie. Relegated. They've not been good whatsoever this season.
No.
But I think they've got every chance of coming straight back up.
Yeah, if they keep a lot of their key players, which is always hard to do when you go down, then they should be fine next season. Yeah,
so this game has definitely got more riding on it for Nottingham Forest, but I could just see Sheffield United being a hindrance. Do you know what I mean?
Now that they've got nothing to play for, it'd be typical if they won this, and you're like, what's the point?
Exactly. I could just see them being the kind of person that walks through the door but doesn't hold it for the person coming through behind them, just lets it shut in their face.
And even looks back as well.
Even looks back at them as if to say, I've let that shut on your face. So, yeah, I mean, Sheffield United will be trying to suck Forest down to the Championship with them. Oh, Forest need to win, Sophie. Whatever you say about things on and off the pitch this season, let's just look at this game. They have to win it. There's no two ways about it. I mean, if they're going to sit on their hands and just hope that the Premier League is going to award them a few more points, they've got no chance. They need to go out and get the rest of their points now. And I think they can do it. I think they're definitely capable of beating Sheffield United. I think Sheffield United will put up a fight, but I think Forest will get out of here with the points. They need them. Sheffield United 1, Forest 2. And Forest fans, you need this. Honestly, if you don't win this, oh my God, you could be in serious trouble. What are you saying?
I think when Sheffield United turn up for a fight, sometimes it's like their hands are tied behind their back and it's like, you're not really going to give it anything. And I think that's going to work in Forest's favour here. I can actually see Forest getting over the line. Very, very nervy game for them because obviously they need to win really for the points. But I see them doing it. I'm going to say 2-1.
Yeah, same as me. Yeah, they need to make sure they do it. Oh God, it's always quite a good matchup when these two play. It was earlier this season. That was when Hamer scored a really good goal for Sheffield United, but Forest won it in the last minute. And of course, these two played in the Championship playoff semi-finals a couple of years ago when Forest went on to get promoted. Share your thoughts, guys. On to the next one, Soph. Let's go to the Etihad as Manchester City welcome Wolverhampton Wanderers. Is it another routine win for Man City?
Yeah. It's business end of the season and Man City are just going to do it in Man City style.
Yeah. Now, over the last 5 or 6 years, out of the teams that are not seen as established top 6 teams, Wolves are one of the few teams that can cause Man City problems.
Yeah.
We've seen it on quite a few occasions, and they did beat them, actually, at home early this season. The problem for Wolves, as the Wolves fans keep pointing out, is they've had lots of players out. The form has really fizzled out, and they've actually been on the wrong end of the most VAR decisions this season.
Yeah, I think they're the worst off, aren't they?
Yeah, but fair play to them. They did get back to winning ways against Luton last week. This might just be one of those where Man City just grind out another 2-0 win. I think they've got to win, haven't they? They've got to win.
Yeah. I'm going to give Wolves a goal because I think at times they do play good football, but it's Man City coming up against now and they're fighting for a title. Wolves don't really have anything to play for right now and Man City do, so pretty routine 3-1 Man City win.
3-1 Man City win, yeah. Going for the same goal difference, aren't we?
Yeah.
Share your thoughts, guys. Let's go to the Amex next, where we've got Brighton versus Aston Villa. Now, last season, Brighton finished in 6th place, Aston Villa finished in 7th place. Not a lot to separate the two teams. In the first half of this season, I thought they were doing pretty similar, but they seem to be almost worlds apart at this point because Brighton are now out of Europe and they're really falling down the Premier League table.
Can't score.
Villa,
can't score. They're
doing really well in the Conference League, and of course, they're so close to confirming a top 4 place in the Premier League. Villa have got to keep winning. Honestly, fair play to Unai Emery. He's doing so well, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a good manager though. I like him.
Yeah, I do like De Zerbi as well, but I think Unai Emery, when you look at the two, has done the more impressive job here. I mean, you think where he picked Aston Villa up from, Gerrard had them like near the relegation zone, didn't he? Brighton 1, Villa 2.
I don't think Brighton score. They've been really struggling to score recently, and against Villa, I don't see it happening. So Villa 2-0 win. I think it's a pretty routine game. This.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a shame, isn't it, for Brighton fans because they're usually a good team, but they've kind of fizzled out, haven't they?
It is. They have fizzled out, and I think they'll just be hoping, just end this season now. We'll go again next year.
Yeah. On to the next one, Soph. Let's go to Stamford Bridge, where Chelsea are back in action again. It's Chelsea versus West Ham. The reason Chelsea are popping up twice is because that game on Thursday against Tottenham is a game in hand that we've brought into this video. West Ham, Sophie, good result against Liverpool last time.
It was a good result, and I thought they were more than capable of getting a result against Liverpool right now, and they did.
They're overdue a bit of positivity, actually, because the season's fizzling out a bit for West Ham, and there's all this talk in the back of the room about David Moyes, and I just want to see them get some good results before the season ends. I think they might be able to get a draw here, but I think I'm going to go for Chelsea again. Chelsea fans, I don't know what's going on, but I'm backing you to win twice this week.
Wow.
I'm going to go Chelsea 2-1 again.
God, you're going proper Chelsea this week, aren't you? I am going to back them to win this one, actually. I'm going to say 2-1. I just feel like on their day, Chelsea can be a very, very good team. It's just, as you said earlier on, their consistency isn't there. West Ham as well, they've got some good players. They play some good football sometimes, so I wouldn't be surprised if they got something from this game, but I'm not going to back it. I'm actually just going to, say a 2-1 as well.
Yeah, 2-1. Share your thoughts, guys. That's Chelsea's second appearance in this video. And let's go to Anfield next, Sophie, where Liverpool take on Tottenham. Tottenham are back in the video again. It's a difficult week for Spurs, isn't it, going away to Chelsea and Liverpool? But what's your thoughts on Liverpool at the moment? This wobble keeps going on.
Yeah, they're ending the season really poorly, to be honest. Like, I'm not even going to back a win in this one for them. It's just... It's Klopp's last few games, so you'd obviously want to end on a high for him and give him a good send-off, but I don't see it happening. They're not playing very well at the moment.
Okay, well, I will go for Liverpool to win.
Okay.
I think because they're playing Tottenham, that'll play into their hands because Tottenham are open. I think with Tottenham's style of play, there's certain teams that can really benefit from that. I think we saw Arsenal do that last week, and I think Liverpool will go back to winning ways here, especially when there's going to be such a quick turnaround for Tottenham here with 2 games in a matter of days. I think Liverpool are going to edge it 2-1, and they really need to. I think we're both in agreement that the Premier League has gone. They're not going to win the title, but they've got to try and end on a high. I mean, this would be a really bad way to remember how Klopp went out if they keep losing or drawing. I'm going to go 2-1.
Yeah, I'd like them to win this one because I would like them to go out on a high for Klopp, but I see it being another Desmond, you know. I'm going to say 2-2.
I thought you'd say that.
Oh, really?
But you look at it, it's 2 attacking teams.
Exactly, so I do see there being a few goals.
Yeah, it has got a bit of a Desmond written all over it, hasn't it? Okay, all right, the final game, Sophie, is at Selhurst Park, and it's in-form Crystal Palace taking on a bit of an out-of-form Manchester United. Yeah. Now, when I say that, Man United actually haven't lost many of their games recently, but it's the performances that are out of form. Not particularly great against Burnley, not great against Sheffield United, not great in the second half against Coventry, not great against Bournemouth, not great for the full game against Liverpool or Brentford. But they can still find a way of getting results, which is quite weird, isn't it?
And I think they might get a result here, but not a win.
Yeah, I was about to say that. I think they might sneak a 1-1 draw.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go for Palace.
Oh, okay.
I am going to go for Palace because... This is one where they've really got to fancy themselves. They've been on a great run of form. They're taking on a team that, yes, they've got good players, but they don't play particularly well together. I'm going to go Palace 1-0.
Okay, yeah, I like that you're backing that because Palace have been in good form and I don't back them often enough, saying that I'm about to back them to get a draw against an out-of-sorts Man United. But they just seem to be able to get a draw from games where sometimes they don't even deserve it. And I feel like that's going to be the tale this weekend. So 1-1 for me.
1-1, and it's Manchester United who you say don't deserve it in a way.
Yeah, that's how I imagine the game going. I feel like Crystal Palace are going to have more possession, more shots. They're going to be the better team, but I just see Man United sneaking a draw.
Yeah. It's a weird one, isn't it? Is Ten Hag going?
In the summer, I think he's got to, really.
Yeah, I don't see much progression here. I think last season was pretty good. This season, not great. Even if they win the FA Cup final, which I don't see happening, I still see him going. Yeah.
I'll say that.
What I will say though is what a positive impact from Glasner at Crystal Palace. Yeah. There you go, guys. That wraps up Premier League predictions for another week. Sophie, there's only 2 more weeks after this.
Okay, so you've got a bit of catching up to do, which you could do.
You had to bring up the points, didn't you? Guys, make sure to get your predictions down below. Make sure to drop a like. Make sure to subscribe. And a massive thank you for your support and a massive thank you for joining me today, Sophie.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you.
We will see you guys in the next one. Take care. Peace out.